South Australia is an underrated yet incredibly beautiful state. It has pristine beaches that are never crowded, amazing and ethical wildlife encounters, and of course, world-renowned wine regions. It's especially known for its Riesling, Cab Sauv, and Shiraz. So, as part of our cross-country road trip, we will be visiting 4 different South Australian wine regions. We spent the past 6 months living on a vineyard, so it was time to put our new knowledge to the test as we visit some of the most acclaimed and unique wineries in South Australia. We started off in the Clare Valley at a winery and restaurant called Pikes. Pikes offers free tastings in their cellar door featuring a range of different varieties. Now, if wine isn't your thing, Pikes also has a brewery so you can try their craft beer or their chef-hatted restaurant if you're a foodie. Do you have an overall favorite?
Maybe that special. No. This, I would say, Cabernet Malbec.
Yeah.
Or this one too, the Morphet. Those are the best ones, I would say.
I liked a lot of them, and right now we're trying dessert wine, and it really tastes like apricot. It's actually so good. It's very sweet, so it's not for everyone, but I personally like it. I haven't tried one wine here that I disliked. They're all really, really good. All right, so we just finished our tasting in Pikes. It was really nice. The guy that was helping us, his name was Andrew. He was super knowledgeable, super kind. And between the two of us, we tried 10 different wines ranging from Riesling all the way to Shiraz, and we even tried a dessert wine as well, which I really liked because I like sweet things, but Guy wasn't a huge fan. But the restaurant is really beautiful, and now we're sitting on the lawn area because today, for Easter, instead of their normal lawn menu, they have a food truck. So we are gonna check that out in a little bit once we're hungry, and yeah, we're just hanging out here for a little while because our next tasting isn't until 1:30. Alright, so Pikes was really nice, but next we're going to O'Leary Walker, which is owned by the husband of our winemaker that we had at the restaurant that we were working at, so we're really excited. And we're gonna meet up with some friends here. And we're actually on time for this reservation because I didn't realize, but I totally thought our reservation at Pikes was 10 a.m. and it was in fact 11. So we low-key showed up like an hour early, but it's fine. He was really nice about it. So yeah, we're gonna go check it out. It is raining, so I don't know if I'm gonna be able to film outside so much. We're really excited, mostly just to see our friends and to try these wines because they're supposed to be really, really good, and we're excited. Okay, confession time. I didn't film so much because we honestly were focused more on spending time with our friends before moving away. But O'Leary Walker has won major national and international awards for their wines. We tried a flight of their Rieslings, which were amazing, so if you're ever in Clare Valley, we would recommend stopping by their cellar door. Day 2 visiting vineyards near Adelaide, but today we're starting with Barossa. Our first one is Seabrook, and it's really, really small. So yeah, let's go ahead in. From the outside, we didn't originally expect much from Seabrook. However, this family-owned winery had so much character. Seabrook has spanned 5 different generations, which is plenty of time to master their wines. We sat outside for our tasting, and even on a cloudy day, the view from the deck was equally as incredible as what was poured into our glasses.
Okay, is it's not the same as Argentinian Malbec, you know. Something that you can do easily. This one here is the Shiraz. So first the two Shirazes I do this.
The labels all feature members of the Seabrook family and even include a little note about their lives. The current owner who did our tasting for us told us that they like to sell their wines to restaurants. So during the winemaking process, he aims to create wines that are drinkable immediately. This was apparent as soon as we took our first sip.
Cabernet Sauvignon. This is from this block right here. Aged in barrel for 2 years.
Pikes and O'Leary Walker set the bar pretty high, but Seabrook managed to surpass our
This
expectations.
One more, rich, bold, structural, has all those lovely tannins.
Not to mention, we really love the overall ambience of this winery, as well as the personal touch of having the owner and winemaker talking about his family's history. As an added bonus, we got to hang out with Rosie, who played fetch despite having a sore paw. We both love Seabrook. It was amazing. The wine was great. Also, the dog is adorable. Her name's Rosie. Not that that had anything to influence our decision about how much we like this place, but if you're coming to Barossa, then you should totally stop here because the wine is really great.
Food is great.
The food is really great. We had a platter. It was pretty nice. And also the guy who is the winemaker and the owner, super nice, very knowledgeable. So yeah, if you're coming to Barossa, come to Seabrook. And now we're gonna head to Torbreck. Yep. And yeah, we'll let you know how it goes. Okay, we just made it to Torbreck. And it's just now 2:05 and our booking's at 2, so. Some of Torbreck's vines are over 175 years old, and due to the elevation and soil conditions, they predominantly produce reds. Only about 10% of their grapes are white varieties. Also, during harvest season, every single grape is hand-picked. A lot of history and work has gone into these wines.
I can't remember the password for this. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
I like that one better than the last one.
24 months maturation. And look at the color. It's Eden Jellyfish.
Okay, we just finished at Torbreck and it was really nice, but if I had to choose between the two, I would personally choose Seabrook.
Me too.
Yeah. Both of the places were really nice. This one is mostly reds. I think they said they only have 10% white grapes. And I'm more of a white girl, but at the same time, like, if I've learned anything in the past 6 months from working on a winery, it's everyone's tastes are different. Everyone's taste buds, like their preferences are different. So still come to Torbreck. I think the wines are really nice. And this is a super old winery. They said some of the vines are from like 1850. So if you want to try some really state-of-the-art older grapes or like grapes from older vines, then totally come here anyway. You might like it more than we did, but for us, Seabrook was the overall choice, like just the overall vibe. The wines were really nice. So for us, I don't know, I personally like it more.
Both are good.
Yeah.
I think the Seabrook is better. All the wines are amazing, and this one's like really, really intense. I think for a more specific palate of some people. So
Yeah. So anyway, come visit both because you never know. You might like it more or less than we did, but both were really nice. And also at Torbreck, they didn't make us pay for the tasting because we were working in the industry, and that was really nice. They didn't need to do that. So shout out to Torbreck for doing that. And yeah, it's been a really nice day. So time to head back to Adelaide. Our visit at Torbreck concluded our day in the Barossa region. The next day, we visited Adelaide Hills, which kind of reminded me of New England. So we're going to Sean Smith and Nepenthe?
Yeah.
Nepenthe? I don't know how to say it. I'm sorry. Anyway, so first up is Sean Smith, and we're gonna go to our tasting now. From the parking lot, we got to witness the very end of the harvesting season. The Sean Smith team also handpicks their grapes, and it was cool for us to witness them heading out into the vineyard, buckets in hand. Due to the higher elevation in Adelaide Hills, the vineyards experience cooler temperatures. This means they can keep the grapes on the vines longer, allowing more complex flavors to develop.
Chardonnay will be the last white for us here. This one's definitely more bold, more rich. Spends 9 months in French oak.
Here and we saw these ones, not this one.
The day we visited, they were picking the Shiraz, the last grape to be picked for the 2026 vintage.
2025 Cabernet. This one is our 2024 Pinot Noir. It comes from our highest elevation. It grows just behind the winery on the iron soil, so with this bit of strength and structure to the wine. On the nose, you can almost pick up that ironstone, but on the palate, it's more kind of rich, lush fruit, so like spice plums.
No, sorry. Well, then we went here. No, sorry. Yep. Lovely. Cool. Yeah, great.
The climate contributed to the wines being more crisp and acidic than the others we had in our trip. Then it was time for our next stop in Adelaide Hills. Nepenthe is most well known for their Sauv Blanc, Pinot Noir, and Chardonnay, but we felt like trying something a bit different, so we went for their alternate varietals tasting. These wines were incredible. We were definitely happy with our choice.
Which one is the
This one is
new one?
The new one is this one on my right.
Smells nice.
Just finished at Nepenthe. It was very good. The wines were mostly grapes that are European as opposed to Australian. Now we are going to head to a chocolate factory. Since this video is about wines, we'll save that for the next video. So let's skip ahead to the next day. Our next stop on our DIY wine tour of South Australia is Samuel's Gorge, and we think we're in the right place, but it just looks, I don't know, not what we were thinking we were going to go do. But let's see. So it turns out that we parked in the complete wrong place. But once we actually found the winery, we were very happy with what they offered. Samuel's Gorge had a lot of character, and we even met another dog.
Nice for you.
The vibes at this winery were super cozy, which was perfect since we visited on a rainy day. And these wines ended up being some of our favorites, so we definitely would recommend visiting if you ever get the chance.
There you go, here's our Tempranillo. It's our Tempranillo, so we've been making this since we began, so this is part of
Chocolate brownie.
I don't know if you can hear, but it is raining and it's a little bit chilly, but the wines are really nice, so it's worth it.
I've seen some of the quality from them and it's not that bad.
One's the right.
Yes. We're huge fans of the wine at Samuel's Gorge, and it's kind of unfortunate that it was raining because we didn't walk around so much, but the wines were really, really good. We only tried one white, which was super nice, and all the reds were really good, so if you're coming to McLaren Vale, you have to come here. And yeah, that's all I have to really say because, like I said, it was raining quite a bit. We then drove in the rain to the most eccentric winery of our trip. We are at our next winery, which is The Cube, and I'm fully expecting this to be more of an experience than about the actual wines because this place is kind of wild. Apparently there's a lot of art inside and it's very eclectic. And yeah, anyway, in case you didn't know, there's a winery that's just a giant cube in the middle of literally nowhere. This winery is shaped like a Rubik's Cube and features artwork from surrealist Salvador Dali. What? The entire first floor is an art museum, and there is also a fine dining restaurant on the third floor. After looking at the art, we went up to the fourth floor for our tasting. To be completely honest, these were probably our least favorite wines. However, the guy who gave our tasting was super knowledgeable and we appreciated the information that he gave us.
So everyone got different like a cartoon or image to stand for it. So 2024 vintage.
But the Cube definitely had a touristy vibe. Okay, we just finished at this Cube, and that was an interesting experience. The wines were fine, like some of them were nice, but definitely not the best ones we've tried this entire trip. I think this is definitely more of an experience than a wine thing. Also, yeah, I think I've just learned that I don't really understand surreal art that much. Maybe I'm just not cool enough, but there weren't a lot of descriptions. It was just like a bunch of random stuff like put together. Still really unique for a vineyard, I would say. Like if you're looking for a unique experience, you will definitely not find something like this. And if you're really into art, perhaps this would be good. But yeah, it was $20 for each of us to enter. And then there's 2 free wine tastings. You could choose either one, or you could pay extra for a more premium one. But I think overall we were in there for less than 45 minutes. So yeah, it was fine. Definitely a unique experience. Okay, last day of visiting wine regions, and today we're doing a tour of Penfolds, not just a tasting, but actually a tour of the vineyard, and I'm assuming how they make the wines. So we're excited for that, but the weather is still not good. I think the few times that we've been in Adelaide, every single time it is raining and it's like not very good weather, so today is no exception, but it's okay, we're gonna have fun anyway. And yeah, we're going to Penfolds. We're running a little bit late because of the traffic, but only by a couple minutes, and we tried to call but they didn't answer, so it's fine. Anyway, that's what we're doing today. Penfolds was our 9th and final winery, and we were really looking forward to trying some of their wines. The tour first took us into the part of the winery where production is done, but we learned that today, only 2% of their wines are now made here. This was the original site, but most of the vines are now in the Barossa, which we visited a few days ago. We then learned a bit of history. Penfolds started out as a family winery, and even though it no longer is family owned, it is one of Australia's most respected winemakers. They revolutionized winemaking and was very experimental back in the 1950s, which is largely how Penfolds earned its well-deserved reputation. Then we got to the tasting, which we both enjoyed. It's hard to go wrong with a company that has been at it for 182 years. The wines were everything we had anticipated from such a big name.
This one is multi-regional. It'll be 3 regions. First barrel in the first cellar for, you know, and all the different regions will get together.
She hasn't told me yet.
Thank you.
The Cabernet Sauvignon. So Marananga is a sub-region within the Barossa Valley, the hottest.
Okay, we just finished at Penfolds. It was good. The wines are really good, of course. This has been like an established winery since like
200 years almost.
yeah, almost 200 years. It's pretty old, and yeah, the wines are amazing. The tour was kind of short. Like, we didn't spend so much time in the winery, and I think because Guy has done tours where we were just working, like for him, when he would take people through, he would take them inside into the winery, like looking at the different machines, giving more of like a description. Obviously, it's a smaller winery. This was quite a big group, like I would say maybe 20 or more people. Just a bigger tour group. We just kind of looked at the winery from above, and I feel like that part was quite short. I think I expected a longer tour, more of a description of the winemaking, but overall, nice experience and just a nice way to wrap up our tour of the region in South Australia that is a wine region. So it's been great so far, and yeah, a really nice experience. Now, out of all these wineries, which is our favorite? Without a doubt, Seabrook. The wines were amazing, and we really enjoyed the overall experience and atmosphere, followed by Samuel's Gorge at second place and Pikes at third. I'm glad I could use some of the knowledge I've been learning over the past 6 months. I never would have guessed that I would work at a winery, but I'm glad I had the chance to learn something new and have a deeper appreciation for winemaking. Coming up in the next video, we continue our road trip as we highlight what we did in Adelaide. Be sure to subscribe so you don't miss out.